stepped out to talk to her client. I'll go grab her. Yes, Judge, she's sitting next to me. I don't know if you guys can see the defense table.
We cannot see the defense table, or at least I can't.
I don't know where the camera is.
Can you go to the podium maybe, Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. McLeod. I apologize again. As you probably heard, we were not able to secure a in-person court reporter this morning. As such, we could not go forward with the scheduled jury trial for your client. I just happened to run into Ms. Lewis from Judge Porter's courtroom when I was outside. She let me know that you are also on trial tomorrow in Judge Porter's courtroom. Is that the case?
That is the case, Your Honor, as well as Judge Besson.
Okay. What would your preference be as far as this case goes? I know that we could either reschedule it for tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, we don't have jurors in on Friday, so tomorrow will be the only day. Otherwise, it would have to be reset until the first of the year.
That will be fine, Your Honor. Let it be reset until January, because I do have 2 other cases I'm dealing with right now.
Right, that was my understanding, and I think that Judge Porter's case takes precedence over this case. Okay, all right, so we will further notice today in the state. Do you have any objection as far as that reset goes?
Your Honor, we're not able to put this case in November or reach this case this?
November are the citation only cases. I'd be happy to put this on the citation only schedule for next month, if that's what you all would prefer.
Yes, Judge. And then also, if Ms. McLeod is open, we can maybe pre-try this morning if possible.
I'm sorry?
If you're open to pre-trying this morning?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, as long as it won't, is it going to go beyond 11?
And Your Honor, the reason being is the state has its witnesses ready and present and ready to go. I've got a victim and I've got an officer who are both here.
Now, I understand, and I'm certainly sorry that we could not get a court reporter to be in person today. So if you all want to pre-try it today, if you can come to some terms, then I'm happy to take a plea on either Thursday or Friday. If not, we will reset it for the citation. We'll put it on the citation only calendar for next month. Is that agreeable with everyone?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Ms. McLeod. So let me see, the next case that I would like to address that I believe is in the courtroom also is position number 5. Sheila Alexander. Is Mr. Butterfield with us?
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning. Let's see. It's my understanding that we had called your case in as a backup case for today. Are you all ready to proceed in this matter?
We are ready to proceed. We will waive any takedown, Judge. We don't need a court reporter. You can we could do it on the phone, but we don't. Bottom line, we don't. The state doesn't even have the one sole witness that has not been subpoenaed. We expect them to not be able to go forward, but we're ready, Your Honor.
Is the state ready?
Your Honor, the state is not, Judge. As I stated on October 10th, that calendar call, The state attempted to secure the victim in the case, Mr. Craig Alexander. It is our understanding that he is evading service. And so the state is not prepared to go forward today. That is why I asked for a continuance on October 10th. That was denied. And so unless, defense counsel has a motion, the state would not be able to go forward this morning.
If the state does not wish to null process this case, Judge, we will move that it be dismissed for want of prosecution. And if I need to lay some groundwork, Your Honor, this case goes back to, I think the incident date is 2020 or 2021? 2020. This case has been accused. We've been to court a number of times. The last time we came to court, the defense announced ready. The state said they needed time to try to get a witness. They have not done that. And we're ready to go forward. So if they don't want to go forward, Judge, we'll move to dismiss it for want of prosecution.
Think further, Ms. Waldrop?
Nothing further from the state, Judge.
Okay, so it's my understanding that this case has previously been on a trial calendar. It's on this trial calendar. We've given the state the opportunity to secure any witnesses to prosecute the matter. The case has been called for trial. It does not appear that the state is ready to proceed. As such, the case will be dismissed for want of prosecution.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Butterfield, if you can prepare an order for the court signature, I'll be happy to sign it.
Thank you. And also to further perfect the record, Your Honor, the complaining witness, Mr. Craig Alexander, had also filed a affidavit as well as a waiver of prosecution. So we'll also put that as part of the reasoning for the dismissal for want of prosecution.
Okay, very good. If nothing further, you all have a good day.
Thank you. I will submit that to your honor staff, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
The next case that I would like to call is position number 23, Ms. Helen's case, Mr. Guy.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Ms. Helen. Are you all ready for trial?
Judge, we've entered in a plea. I've already submitted the DocuSign. There's only 2 asks that the defense has in regards to that plea to the court, but we've already submitted the DocuSign for this case, Judge.
Okay, so that's going to, so it will be a plea this morning?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, very good. Once the paperwork is complete, I'll go ahead and take that plea.
Judge, I do believe it's complete. I've submitted it to the court.
Oh, you have it?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and get that done then.
I sent you that address too. On the phone. Out of the zip code. Okay, that's called.
Judge Morrow, did you want me to email you the plea paperwork because it was done via DocuSign?
Okay. So if you could-
You can either email it to me now or wait till you have all the paperwork and just do it with everything and I'll get it signed and returned.
Yes, sir.
So if you need to, you can take this. Just saying.
Okay, are we ready to proceed, Ms. Helen?
Yes, Judge, whenever the court's ready.
Okay, very good. Good morning, Mr. Guy. If you can raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Waldrop?
Yes, Judge. This is position number 23 on your calendar for October 10th, the jury trial calendar. Defendant is pleading to 1 count of simple battery, family violence. We have worked out a plea resolution with a negotiated sentence of 12 months to serve 90 days, credit for time served of 4 days, with the remainder of that 90 days to be suspended upon successful completion of the Domestic Violence Intervention Program, DVIP, and no further violent contact with Ms. Journey Guy. This probation is to be served in its entirety concurrent with case number 23 SC 187026. Counsel, do you stipulate to a factual basis, venue, and identification for purposes of the plea?
We do so stipulate, and we ask this court to accept the plea as negotiated. Judge, we just have 2 asks in reference to this plea.
Okay.
First ask, Judge, we would ask that this case be under the first offenders for misdemeanors. And if the court would allow Mr. Guy to serve this probation under that first offenders. And then secondly, Judge, there is the case of 23 SC 187026. Judge, we agree that this is going to be probation served on its entirety. Mr. Guy is currently working out of state each and every day. And so, Judge, we have an address, 90731 Carrollton Road. That's SCIO, Scio, Ohio. And that's where he's working every single day, Judge. So we're asking for either phone in or call in probation. We want him to report, Judge, but we're asking because he's out of state working every single day, honestly, for the rest of the year and maybe even to the beginning of the new year.
For the rest of my life, probably.
So that is his current employment,
Yeah.
Judge. So we are asking for either online or phone in probation.
The 23 SC case, what was that charge? 23 SC case that this is going to run concurrent with, what is that charge? Do we know?
I don't have my Odyssey.
One moment, Judge, I can pull it up.
Thank you, Judge. I don't have my Odyssey.
And Judge, Mr. Guy took a plea, looks like on October 17th of this year, to aggravated assault as well as criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree. He received 5 years probation on each count to run concurrent.
Okay, and does the state have an objection to first offender?
Your Honor, it's my understanding with that felony conviction that he would not be eligible for first offender. However, if the court finds that he is, this is a simple battery charge, so I'll defer to the court on the use of first offender, should the court find that he's eligible. But I see nothing else preventing him from using it.
There's something further, Ms. Reiser or Ms. Waldrop, that you all would like to address, have me consider?
No, Your Honor, she was just consulting with me, and I think we're of the agreement that if you've got a prior felony conviction, I don't believe that you can avail yourself of first offender as you've already been convicted. of a prior felony.
Yes, and Judge, that's what we were just consulting on.
Okay, okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, Judge, I apologize for the
No
whispers.
problem. I might not be able to hear you if I was on the bench, but I unfortunately
Can hear me loud and clear.
Okay, I'm not so inclined, Ms. Helen, given the nature of the previous felony charge, to allow a first offender, if he'd like to plead guilty to the simple battery, family violence. I'm happy to accept the plea with the with everything that you have negotiated with the state, without the first offender. And of course, I don't want to disrupt his work schedule, so it's fine with the court if he reports by a phone or whatever is deemed appropriate by the probation department.
We do hear you, Judge, and we accept that allowing him to be able to work and report either online or phone, which is approved by probation, Judge. We will go forward with the plea, and Mr. Guy does accept that offer, Judge, from the state.
Okay, thank you. If nothing further, Mr. Guy, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 005969F, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery, family violence. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Let's see, if we have not gotten you where you need to report to probation, we'll get that to you this morning. I ask that you report within the next 2 weeks. And if nothing further.
Judge, the only thing further is that he took a flight here to Georgia. He's going to be leaving Georgia to go back to Ohio. That first reporting, is that on the phone, and can it be online as well, Judge? Or either or that probation approves?
Ms. Redden, do you have?
I would have to call the supervisor to ask. I can't say one way or the other. It's my understanding the very first report needs to be. But I can, only thing I can do is just call them once we get finished and ask the supervisor.
Understood.
Okay. All right. If nothing further at this point, good luck to you, Mr. Guy.
Thank you, Judge.
Let's see, let me next address position number 22, Colin Frequa. Is the state ready on that case for tomorrow?
One moment, Judge. And Your Honor, the state will tender a null pros in that case.
Okay. And if someone will inform Mike Stinton of that. Let's see, who's the attorney for Mr. Frequa?
Yes, Judge.
Are we ready on position 51, William Yates?
Your Honor, it is my understanding that that was supposed to be a plea in absentia. I did see an email communication from ASG Stevens, between ASG Stevens and attorney Thomas, where Mr. Thomas indicated that he had lost contact with his client and had not been able to get him on the phone in order to finalize the plea.
Okay.
But that was the resolution that was reached, a plea in absentia.
All right, well, I guess we'll have to wait to hear from Mr. Thomas. If he has not heard from his client by the end of this trial calendar, which would be Friday, what would be the state's pleasure?
Your Honor, if I could just have a, minute to consult with Mr. Stevens as to where that case lies with, as far as the status of it.
Okay. So you can just report back to the court when you
Okay.
when you figure that out.
Thank you.
Let's see. Do we have any other matters on this jury trial calendar that we have not either taken up or resolved?
No, Judge, not to my knowledge.
No, Judge.
Okay, all right. So Ms. Redden, if you will get me the paperwork from today's calendar, I will I'll get that signed and back with you. Ms. Carter, we appreciate you being here today to help us out in this matter. Again, I apologize that we could not have someone in person to move forward with our case this morning. So if nothing further this morning from anyone, court will be adjourned.